Welcome to Meditating with John Vervaeke. We do this every weekday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, with Mondays alternating between a new lesson, Dharma Day, and a review of the whole ecology of practices called Upaya Day. Today is Upaya Day, that's why I'm standing up. If you're joining us for the first time, you're most welcome. I suggest that you go to the links in the description of this video, and you'll find links there to previous lessons and previous sits. Do lesson one right away. Keep meeting with us and sitting with us. But once or twice a week, when you get a chance, do another one of the lessons, and you'll quickly integrate with us. A reminder that for this week, there'll be no meetings, no Sangha, for Tuesday, which is tomorrow, or Wednesday, due to scheduling difficulties. I strongly encourage you to make arrangements to meet together on the Discord server. Please like this stream to increase the visibility of the YouTube algorithm. Help me to help as many people as possible. At the end of every sit, there are questions and answers. Please limit those questions to this ecology practice. You can ask questions from anywhere from within the course, from the very beginning to the most recent. But for more encompassing questions, please come to my live stream Q&A, which is on YouTube at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, July 17th. I look forward to seeing you there. I think that's everything for now. And so let's begin. Let's again remember, I'm going to go through Upaya. So I'm going to get into Wuji position. Open my feet up a bit, bend my knees, tuck my coccyx. We start with embracing the tree, remembering that there's like a big spongy ball here. I'm sitting on a big spongy ball. I'm squishing it in and squishing it in and squishing it into my chest. Now opening, closing on a squishy ball. So in breath, expand. Out breath, contract. Hands in, fire in the belly. Microcosmic orbit, old man stroking the beard. Reciprocal opening. Ah and da. Feeling the silk. Back into Wuji. Bringing down the heavens. Into Wuji. Sitting and preparing for the Siddha Qigong, both the external and the internal version, and then we will chant together. One. Om. Begin your silent practice. come out of your practice, trying as best you can to integrate what you cultivated in your practice with your everyday consciousness, cognition, character, and communitas, perhaps by reciting the 5 promises to yourself. So now we'll set intent, reverence for the revelation, trust in the transformation, as we engage in Lectio Divina. This is a passage from the 9th Dinio Elegies by Vervaeke. Oh, not because happiness exists, that too hasty profit snatched from approaching loss, not out of curiosity, not as practice for the heart, which would exist in the laurel too, but because truly being here is so much, because everything here apparently needs us. This fleeting world, which in some strange way keeps calling to us, the most fleeting of all, once for each thing, just once, no more, and we too, just once and never again. But to have been this once, completely, only if once, to have been at one with the earth, seems beyond undoing. But to have been this once completely, if only once, to have been at one with the earth, seems beyond undoing. He talks about it being calling to us, something's calling to us. That's what's resonating with the calling, something's calling to me, and then he's getting to me to remember that suchness of every single thing and our suchness, and how that in some sense is integral to reality. And I only have an inkling of what that might mean, to really appreciate. And now it comes to me as my mortality, not the fact that I'm going to die, but my ongoing vulnerability, but that's bound up with this onceness, but it taps into something that's more, that can't be undone. The onceness, the suchness adds to the universe. I'm struggling here, but I get that sense. There's all the associations coming up. There's a deep creativity, a deep moreness the suchness participates in. It's causing an appreciation for my mortality. It's just as a thought, but into the fiber of my being. What would it be like to live this way? What would it be like to have this as my way of seeing and being? What would that demand from me? It seems to demand a kind of softness. And like this, there's this, I can't touch it, but put it into like this, a certain kind of clenched hunger that would let go. This is another from Abu Yazid al-Bistami, a Sufi sage. Forgetfulness of self is remembrance of God. Whoever knows God through God becomes alive, and whoever knows God through self becomes dead. Whoever knows God through God. Forgetfulness of self is remembrance of God. Somehow, what's singing to me, the association between the two, is that forgetfulness of self has something to do with that moment where I could let go of that clenching hunger, really, really deeply appreciate the onceness that contributes once but deeply to the moreness. Is that what he means? Knowing God through God? But trying to hold on to this. Is that what he means by knowing God through the self and dead? Yeah, that feels like deadening, draining the life away. What would it be to remember this? What would it be like to remember this? There's a demand from me to live and be this way. There's a sense of peace. It's not mine. I'm in it, not it in me. So that was the ecology of practices on our Upaya Day. I hope you found it helpful to do the review and for us to do it collectively. We have time for one question and then we'll end for today. This is from The Mad Truth. During deep Vipassana, I'm able to distinguish between three voices. Those that are not my own, those are my own, but which I feel I do not generate and control. And those are my own, which do not perhaps initially generate, but that I do control. Are there meaningful distinctions between these categories, or should they all be thought of aspects of the monkey mind? I think those are very meaningful categories. That's a clear example of applying the 5 factors of acquiring mindfulness and applying acuity here. And so picking up and making those distinctions, and so you see that, like us, your monkey mind, well, of course, these are 2 interpenetrating points. The monkey mind is also multiple. It's a multiple monkey mind, if we want to play with alliteration. But those distinctions, realizing them in observation, that's a clear instance of the, you've applied vigilance and sensitivity and acuity to the distracting features of the voices of the monkey mind. And I think that's very helpful, because when that transfers into life, you can get a more direct sense of the locus and the place from which your behavior might be emerging. You can sense sort of 3 centers, loci from which your behavior emerges. And that, because you can unfuse the way they have been confused together, that gives you flexibility with respect to that, and therefore the ability to intervene upon it. So I think that was very important, and thank you for sharing that truth. I want to thank you all for joining. This is always a deeply nourishing experience for me. I want to thank my friend and technomage. She's also my techno friend. There's a playful element to my mind this morning. I'm enjoying it. My dear friend and technomage, Amar, and my wonderful beloved son, Jason, who was behind the scenes, pinch hitting with the camera and etc. Please subscribe to this channel to be notified of the next video. You'll find links to the lecture series, Awakening from the Meaning Crisis, and to the Dialogo series, Voices with Vervaeke, where these themes and related themes are explored in depth and situated within a more encompassing framework. Invite others who might benefit by sharing this series. Please consider, especially for tomorrow and Wednesday, when there will be no YouTube meeting of the Sangha, please consider getting involved with the Discord server. Brett is here, Pleasure of Doubt. It is a wonderful home. We're doing this, as we typically do this every weekday morning at 9:30 Eastern Time. But as I said, we will not be doing it tomorrow or Wednesday. So please remember that continuity of practice is more important than sheer quantity of practice. There's no friend, there's no enemy, no worse than your own mind and body. There's no friend, no ally, no true companion on the path better than your own mind and body. Really feel that resonating with me. More the friendship part today from the Lexia. Be lamps unto yourselves and to each other. Take good care, and I'll see you all on Thursday.